Hello everyone and welcome to Facebook Live. Today we have two very special guests. That was very formal, wasn't it? Today we have two very, very special guests. Please welcome Jamie George and Mako Vunipola. Yes. Yes. Gentlemen, let's cut to the chase. No one likes losing. It's difficult when you lose. It's difficult on everyone involved, especially when you're a professional sporting team like England Rugby are, obviously. How do we look back? How do we reflect? And what do we change, Jamie?
It's a big question.
I know. Well, it's a big occasion.
Find the answers. Yeah.
It's only the third loss in
yeah, that's
tenure,
the thing.
so
I guess
it's a bit of a shock. You know?
Yeah, it is a shock. Obviously, this is the first time that we've had consecutive losses under Eddie, and you know, it was hugely disappointing. I think you look back at the Scotland game, the breakdown was clearly an issue. Our discipline was clearly an issue, and we thought that we had addressed that throughout the week. And we had a really good training week building into it. Had some really good meetings, thought that we found the answer, and it was just disappointing that the same issues were there again against France. And I guess that's something that we're going to have to address this week and find out why that was the case and make sure that it doesn't happen again going into Ireland this weekend.
Mako, you're always at the forefront. You're always leading the charge, so to speak. How tough was that game against France?
It was tough, obviously. You could tell boys threw into it, and it wasn't a lack of effort. Like Jamie said, obviously discipline wasn't great, but we had opportunities there, and I think on another day we were more accurate, take those chances, and hopefully the result could have been different. But that's the game of rugby, and that's sport really, and we're going to have to review the game now and look forward to a big challenge ahead in Ireland.
With there being lots of ways that you can pick up on what people are saying, what people are feeling about certain performances, how difficult is it to sit down in those analysis sessions post-game and look at what you've done and then really kind of get to grips with everything? How tough is that when you look back at performances, Jamie?
Yeah, I guess the important thing is to not...
Is there an outside kind of influence? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think especially when we're here, I don't think you can focus too much on the external things. The things that matter are the respect of your teammates and what the coaches are thinking. And if you get too sort of worried about everything else that's going on, what your mum thinks, how your mum thinks you played, then you know you're always going to sort of. But
they're always your sternest critics.
Well, you never know.
You know.
Yeah, I guess you know you've got to focus on yourself and what matters in these sort of situations, and you know we've got to be very honest with each other. The coaches are always very honest with us, and that's how we're going to get better, and that's how we always analyse the games to try and get the best out of each other.
Now we've got, you know, a major tournament around the corner. We've got a big game coming up in autumn against a certain team. Surely these things are just stepping stones, Mako?
Exactly. I think you have to look at it as a learning period, really. And obviously we want to win every game we play in, but like I said, there are good teams out there, and not every team is going to lie down and give you the win. So we have to, like Jamie said, be honest with ourselves. Performance wasn't good enough, and now we have to look at that and try and improve for the next game. And like I said, hopefully if we look at it as opportunities to learn, then maybe it won't happen again.
All right, as always with O2's Inside Line, we always get opinions from fans. We've had a lot of messages of support, and I think one that sums up everything that's come in, and we thank you, we appreciate it. Lee Clark has said, it's been a great advancement in such a short space of time, which it has under Eddie Jones. We've learned from our mistakes, let's learn from these and come back stronger, the future is bright. Quite nice, right?
Yeah, it's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, Chris in Southend says, this is a good one. How does post-game analysis actually work? So the game was yesterday. I would imagine that everything's been recorded on various cameras, not just the television broadcast cameras, but also England's very own camera work as well. What do you do? What happens now?
Yeah, so you know, like you said, there's every camera angle under the sun. It's there's no hiding place in international rugby. Yeah, so basically after the game, I think there's not really the time to look into too many technical aspects of it. You know, we were obviously very disappointed with the game. We're not stupid. We were aware of the reasons, or some of the reasons why these things happened. But so the day of the game, it's not really. We don't really look into things too technically. Then it's more today that we're starting to review things. We woke up this morning, had a meeting, had a chat about a few things. But it was more of an open discussion, and then we've got more meetings.
So everyone can chip in, can they?
100%, yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
that's the coaching staff are very good with that. They want to know what we think,
Because I would imagine when you've got so many professional athletes in one room, there's no point the coach is standing at the front and going blah, 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 blah.
Well, yeah, I think they're aware that we've got a lot of experience in the squad. You know, we were the people on the field, we knew how it felt, and you know, obviously they are also experts and they're going to tell us what their opinion is, and often it's the same thing. So, but then tonight we'll have sort of more in-depth reviews of each individual area and then come up with a plan going forward into Ireland.
Mako, do you get your own camera in the analysis? Is there a camera? Is there a Mako camera?
I hope not, anyway. No, it's just kind of what the team give you.
Right, okay. Do you ever sit down in meetings and kind of nudge and give the other guys who are on screen a bit of banter, a bit of grief?
No, because...
is the tone not right?
No, karma definitely gets you back. So
that's the thing. Like, you're always going to have there's always a bad angle.
Right.
Camera head's £10.
No.
All right, Jack Bunker, this is a good one. Complete change of subject. He's age 7. He says, I got my mum flowers for Mother's Day, and lots of love to all the mothers out there who are watching. What did you get your mum for Mother's Day, Michael?
I didn't really pick the present. Luckily, my girlfriend, she's pregnant at the moment, so she got her a framed picture of the first scan.
Oh,
so
that's
really,
class.
Yeah.
That's
I want to take credit for that, but no, it's her idea. So.
That's class. Jamie?
I can't live up to that, so let's just move on. It's ridiculous.
That's nice,
ridiculous.
though.
The nicest Mother's Day present of all time.
He didn't do it.
Yeah, it's true,
actually.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, my name's on the card, so yeah.
Yeah.
You probably paid for it.
He had a certain role to play in that scan. Let's just leave it there. UNH10 says, what do you eat pre-game? We get a lot of questions about pre-game because obviously a lot of young kids watching our Facebook Live output, courtesy of O2's Inside Line, pick up on the tips that you guys say. And pre-match meal is really, really important. What do you? Is it more important to eat well before, like the day before, or actually just breakfast?
I guess you're sort of building up throughout the week, but generally the night before is an important meal, sort of carbo loading wise. So we often have sort of any pasta-based meal the night before, and then obviously you have breakfast. Depending on what time kickoff is, you always eat your pre-match meal 3 hours before.
Right.
So it was a 5:45 kickoff in France, so we were eating at 2:45, and again it's sort of spaghetti bolognese, that sort of thing. Just trying to get sort of the energy sources up in the build up to the game.
Did you arrive in Paris Friday evening or Saturday morning?
We actually arrived on Thursday evening.
Oh, did you?
Thursday evening, and then we did team run at the Stade de France on Friday.
Can you parler un petit peu de français, Mako?
No, not at all, no.
I can.
Can you?
No, you can't.
I can, yeah.
Really?
I still know my French oral. If you want to
Nice.
hear it.
Go on then.
No.
Bonjour, Jamie, ça va?
Ça va?
Did you actually do French A level?
GCSE, yeah.
Oh,
GCSE.
I did French A level, believe it
Did
or
you?
not.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I'll tell you what. Another sideline. If you do French A level and you get a choice, I did French literature and I studied Albert Camus' L'Étranger. Great book. Read it. It's a great book. Anyone know it?
Yeah, I'll be sure to.
We'll move on. We'll move on.
Do you think they're doing an audio book?
Yeah, yeah, they do. What's the best thing about playing at Twickenham? Like, the fans have shown immense support off the back of back-to-back losses. It must be amazing. It must be quite heartwarming going out into Twickenham, as we will at the weekend against Ireland.
Yeah, it's always so special playing at Twickenham. I think there's always almost an aura around the stadium as we arrive from the bus. I think my favourite part of game day is getting off the bus and seeing, honestly, it's what seems like the entire stadium just lining up in a tunnel as we're walking through, and the amount of noise that's made at that point is incredible. And you certainly feel like you're playing in front of your home fans, and it's so special.
Mako, this time last year, it was the Irish that peed on our parade, so to speak. Are we hoping to do the same again this time?
Hopefully. I think for us, we just want to go out there and put in a good performance and hopefully...
End on a high, really, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, Twickenham's a special place for us. We're very privileged to be playing, not just for England, but also at such a astounding stadium, really. So we know how lucky we are, and hopefully we can go out there and make them proud.
And let's be honest, Ireland have had a good series. They've had a good Six Nations. So congrats to them. But there's one more game to go. Let's just leave it there. Gentlemen, thank you very much. As always, it's an absolute joy and a pleasure. Mako, Jamie, appreciate it. Thanks for the season, or the tournament. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget to tune into England Rugby's Facebook page from the Blue Room. We'll be broadcasting live, so we'll see you then. Have a great week. We'll see you on Saturday.